Imagine cleaning out a junk drawer that's full of things that are too small to use but still taking up space. I'm Stephanie from Two Lovelaces and Lido Nation, and today we're talking about the coins per UTXO parameter. So back to our metaphor. If Cardano was a literal cash register with a literal cash drawer, every transaction leaves behind little bits of change, fragments of ADA called UTXOs. UTXOs are like the unspent change from using a $20 bill to buy a soda. So what happens when the drawer gets too full of these teeny, nearly worthless bits? Transactions slow down, efficiency drops, and the line backs up while the cashier tries to count out change and dimes and pennies. Well, Cardano has a rule that prevents that from happening in its own digital cash drawer. It's called coins per UTXO word. And while it sounds like a mouthful, it's one of the reasons Cardano remains clean, fast, and scalable. Today, we're going to look at how this little-known parameter makes a big difference for everyone using the network. Okay, first let's decode the jargon. Every time you make a transaction on Cardano, it generates something called a UTXO, short for Unspent Transaction Output. Think of it like getting change after a cash transaction. Each UTXO is a little receipt that says, here's what you have left to spend. Now here's where it gets interesting. The coins per UTXO word parameter sets a minimum amount of ADA that must be tied to each UTXO. In other words, it's like saying no scraps smaller than this are allowed. Currently, that minimum is at 0.00431 ADA per unit of data, or as Cardano geeks like to say, per word. So why does it matter? Without a rule like this, Cardano could end up with millions of microscopic UTXOs, tiny fragments of ADA that aren't even worth the transaction fees it would cost to move them. It's called dust, and it can bog down a blockchain like clutter in that junk drawer. Turns out this parameter does a lot more than keeping a drawer tidy. First of all, it's economic efficiency. By setting that minimum value for UTXOs, Cardano ensures that the system stays practical. No one wants a wallet full of ADA fragments that they can't even use, right? This rule keeps transactions meaningful and currency liquid. Second, network scalability. Picture this. Every node on Cardano's network needs to store a copy of all UTXOs. If the system were cluttered with dust, syncing a new node would take forever. By enforcing a minimum size, Cardano keeps its blockchain lightweight and fast, ready to scale as more people join the network. Third, security. The simpler and more streamlined the data structure, the harder it is for bad actors to exploit. Larger UTXOs mean fewer data entries, which reduces the risk of denial of service attacks and other nasty tricks. So now you might be thinking, okay, cool, but how does this affect me? Well, if you're a developer or a stake pool operator, understanding this parameter helps you optimize how you use the blockchain. Even if you're just a casual ADA holder, knowing that this rule exists should give you confidence in Cardano's thoughtful design. Here's something I love. This isn't just a static rule. Like many of Cardano's parameters, coins per UTXO word can be adjusted as the network grows and evolves. It's a living reminder that Cardano is built for the future, not just the present. So here's the takeaway. Cardano's coins per UTXO word parameter is one of those behind-the-scenes features that keeps the blockchain running smoothly. By preventing dust, optimizing performance, and enhancing security, this little rule does a lot of heavy lifting. Thanks for tuning in. And before you go, enjoy this week's parameter theme song about coins per UTXO word from Suno.ai.
In the heart of the chain where the numbers run deep, every coin leaves a trace that we're forced to keep. Like dimes in the drawer, too small to use. They sit and they wait, just forgotten, refused. And every tiny piece, every sliver of a song can slow down the rhythm, can make the beat feel wrong. The line backs up, the patience wears thin, counting out change with no way to win. Dust in the drawer, weighing it down. That circle around, but there's a rule that keeps us clean, keeps us bold. Turning dust into silver, turning clutter to gold. No scraps too small, no lines too long. We keep it fast, we keep it holds up the wall. No fragments too tiny, no dust at all. Oh, Hall 3-1, it's the line in the sand. Keeps the drawer from breaking, keeps the network grand. And when the notes sync up, they don't drown in the past. No cluttered memories, just the ones built to last. And the thieves in the dark, they can't find their home, 'cause the structure's too solid, the ledger's too whole. Dust in the drawer, weighing it down. Little lost fragments that circle around. But there's a rule that keeps us clean, keeps us bold. Turning dust into silver, turning clutter to gold. No scraps too small, no lines too low. We keep it fast, we keep it strong. It's the quiet things that hold the line, the rules you don't see, the threads that bind. And when the drawer stays clear, the engine roars, smooth as lightning, breaking down locked doors. Dust in the drawer, weighing it down. Little lost fragments that circle around. But there's a rule that keeps us clean, keeps us bold. Turning dust into silver, turning clutter to gold. No scraps too small, no lines too long. We keep it fast, we keep it strong. Every coin's got a place, every chain has a law. And the dust fades away, leaving only the core.